breaking out of Alberta.
A historic decision is shaking the foundations of Canada. The Alberta Prosperity Project has taken a radical step. It now officially supports full separation from Canada, and Premier Danielle Smith.
She just dropped a bombshell. This is no longer just a fringe movement. It's real politics now, institutional, and backed by leaders who are ready to act. Why now?
Alberta kulok ikikeri thakan mesus ka rahi hain.
Yakoi aj kibot nahi hai salan. Esi, Alberta Kerr and Ike Balta Hui Bikini Kerr Jasper Pouter A Raha HAR Sol. HAR Federal Policy Gabard. HAR Na Tax Kasaf. Ye Awasida Teaset Hoti Gay HAI.
Leakin AB. Ye Awaz Surf Shikuyat Tak Midu Nahi Rahi.
AB Ye Ek Talab HAI.
Talab Abna HAQ Key. Talab Abn Future Papor Iktaya Key. Separatist sentiment in Alberta has been growing steadily for years. Ye surf Ek political movement Nahi Raha Ye AB Ek Awami Jasbaban Chuka HAI. Lork Apangaran offices. AUR farms main Ek Hai Batkar Rahi Hain. KY Human Wakai ABBHI Ottawa Kizarat HAI. But this announcement changes everything in Isbarbart surf frustration Kinahi HAI. Isbarbart surf speeches AUR rallies. Takmi Dude Nahi.
Isbar Ek Plan HAI.
Ek roadmap.
Ek direction Jahan Se Wapsi Mumkin Nahi. Alberta Prosperity Project Nesurf Awasu Thea Nahi Bulka Ek detailed separation framework BHI Tire QHAI.
Currency, border, taxation, law, defense SAB Kutch is roadmap main define HAI.
Lock Paley Daffa Concrete Action Dekrahi Hain.jop Hill Ek Impossible Idea Lacta THA. WOHAB Real Debate Benchuka HAI.
Lock coffee shops main. Churches main. Schools.
Kabahar Kari Hokia Sawal Putrahi Hain. KY Hamwako Appendam Pa Kari Hosekt Hain.
KY Alberta ATNA Independent Future Bonisakta HAI. Iwachok Ahista Clear Hota J Iraha HAI. Yes, we can, Danielle. Smith speaks for WH Moment AYA Jizen Puri Conversation Cartone Bedel DIY.
Alberta Key Premier Danielle Smith near AK Press Conference Manjo Kaha. USK Agunj Surf Alberta Takmidud Nahi Rahi Ye but poor Canada main Sinai Gaya. Alberta has the right to self-determination. Our people deserve to choose their
future. Ottawa isn't listening. It's time to take full control of our destiny. Anker Alfars main Gassa THA. Leakin is Gus main Umid BHI Chupi THI. Ye announcement Kisi campaign car part Nahi THI Ye Ek warning THI.
Ek declaration THI Ka Alberta ABAU Bardash Nahi Karega. These weren't improvised words, they were deliberate, calculated, every syllable chosen with surgical precision. Because when Danielle Smith stepped in front of the cameras flanked by members of the Alberta Prosperity Project,
she wasn't just making a speech. She was firing the first shot in what could become the most dramatic political shift in Canadian history. This wasn't political theatre. It was a blueprint, and Alberta, Canada's oil-rich titan, just turned the page, the separation plan. More than a declaration, so what exactly is being proposed? Is this just talk? Or is Alberta truly on the brink of full independence? Here's what the Alberta Prosperity Project is demanding, and it's not subtle. A new provincial currency, no more Canadian dollar. That's the proposal. An Alberta-backed currency, possibly pegged to energy reserves, cold, or a hybrid
commodity system. Why?
Because they want control over monetary policy, interest rates, inflation, and spending, according to insiders. This isn't just symbolism. Economists have already been recruited to draft models and currency stabilization proposals. Full control over immigration, and borders. Alberta wants to vet who enters and under what terms. That means setting their own rules for immigration.
Skilled labor, refugee intake, and even temporary worker programs. Critics say this could clash with Canadian charter rights. Proponents say it's long overdue. Withdrawal from the federal tax system, no more sending billions to Ottawa only to beg for it back through transfer payments. Under this plan, Alberta will collect its own taxes, income, corporate, carbon if it keeps one at all. A Revenue Alberta agency would replace the Canada Revenue Agency within provincial borders. Total control of Alberta's natural resources. This is the heartbeat of the movement, but no more federal pipelines blocked. No more emissions caps.
No more external restrictions on oil sands. They want complete authority over oil, gas, coal, lithium, rare earths, and yes, the right to trade directly with foreign nations. In simple terms, political,
economic, legal, independence, not autonomy.
not enhanced federalism, full sovereignty. And that's why the entire country is holding its breath. Ottawa's response.
Officially, silence. Not a word from the Prime Minister's office, not even a tweet, but behind closed doors, leaks have begun to spill out. Sources from within Parliament Hill say emergency meetings have been convened at the highest level: public, safety, justice, intergovernmental affairs, all scrambling to understand the scope of Alberta's move and the likelihood it gains traction. Because what happens if this isn't an isolated rebellion? What if the idea spreads?
Saskatchewan,
Which shares Alberta's economic frustrations. Manitoba, where voices of Western alienation have grown louder.
Northern British Columbia, where many feel more culturally aligned with Alberta than Vancouver.
A senior federal official reportedly said of the record, "If Alberta pulls this of the Confederation as we know it may begin to unravel." What are the people saying? Across the province, from Calgary's business towers to Edmonton's legislative halls, from Red Deer's suburbs to Fort McMurray's oil fields, the debate is ferocious. Supporters are energized. They call this Alberta's moment of truth.
A long-awaited escape from what they see as decades of Eastern political dominance. A chance to unleash Alberta's economic engine, finally unchained. "We've funded this country long enough," says a rancher outside Lethbridge. "We've been taxed, regulated, and blamed. Enough is enough."
Many Albertans see independence not as reckless but rational. They argue it's the only path to preserving their way of life, especially with growing federal restrictions on energy. Opponents are alarmed. They warn of economic collapse, as uncertainty could trigger market chaos, corporate flight, and investor fear. They warn of political instability, especially if Indigenous nations refuse to recognize an independent Alberta. And yes, some even whisper about military consequences. "This isn't a game," says a retired federal civil servant in Edmonton. "This is playing with the fire of secession, and our grandchildren will pay for it. One thing is clear. There is no middle ground anymore. There's no going back. Can Alberta even legally separate?" It's murky. The Canadian Constitution doesn't provide a clean break clause, but the 1998 Supreme Court reference race secession of Quebec established a precedent. If a province holds a clear referendum, with a clear question and a majority vote, Ottawa is obligated to negotiate. So yes, separation is legally possible, but it would be messy, prolonged, potentially explosive. Land rights, debt division, currency agreements, federal assets, military installations, Indigenous treaties, all would be on the table. One constitutional lawyer described it as the most complex peacetime negotiation in modern Western history. The Alberta Prosperity Project has outlined a 4-phase plan: public mobilization to 0-5 rallies, education campaigns, grassroots organizing legislative assertion to 0-6 Sovereignty Act expansion, tax control bills, judicial challenges for them on independence to 0-7, a formal vote on separation negation or declaration to 0-8, and to talks with Ottawa or declare unilateral independence at each phase. The risk escalates. Is owed as the support, and so does